Respect is one of the most important elements in everyday life. But did you know respect is more than just being polite or showing kindness to others? It is an affirmation of appreciation and belief in your abilities. However, in reality, we will sometimes face disrespectful situations, whether it is sarcastic comments, bad jokes, or even self-deprecation. These moments make us feel hurt, but have you ever asked yourself, how can I respond intelligently, maintain my dignity, and gain respect from others? In this video, we will explore strategies from Stoic philosophy that will help you not only calmly deal with difficult situations, but also gain respect from those around you. Don't be too quick to ignore it, because the valuable lessons that Stoicism brings will help you turn unpleasant moments into opportunities to affirm your self-worth. So why do we encounter disrespectful situations? The important thing to understand is, respect is not something you can demand from others, but a result of how you behave and build your self-worth. Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor and famous Stoic philosopher, once shared, "You have control over your mind, not external events. Realize this and you will find power." Before exploring 5 ways to practice Stoic philosophy to handle awkward situations, protect your dignity, and build lasting respect, I want to remind you not to forget to like the video if you find it useful, and if you are new, subscribe to the channel to receive more useful videos from us. Tip 1. First impressions. Building respect with small actions. First impressions are important, as they set the stage for how others perceive you. Interestingly, first impressions are not always about what you say, but rather how you present yourself. Imagine you are with your colleagues at an important networking event. A person walks into the room, scans the crowd, and walks toward you. They extend their hand, while all of your colleagues stand up to shake hands warmly, even though this is the first time they have met this person. Instead of standing up, you remain seated, only glancing briefly at their hand before shaking it. The result? You unintentionally send a signal of disinterest and disrespect. You may think you are simply holding your ground, but this action shows overconfidence and makes others think you are not taking the interaction seriously. Small actions like these can have a big impact on how others perceive you and how they perceive your respect for them. The Stoics deeply understood that simple gestures like standing up to greet someone, maintaining eye contact, or showing presence in a situation are not only polite, but also demonstrate confidence and self-awareness. When you stand up to shake someone's hand, you not only show respect to them, but also convey a message about your own dignity. This reflects an important principle in Stoic philosophy. How you present yourself shapes how others perceive you and reflects your own intrinsic value. In life, how you communicate is not only through words, but also through body language and attitude. Actions like standing up to shake hands or maintaining eye contact demonstrate confidence and self-esteem. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that we can only control our own actions and reactions. You can't control other people, but you can control how you act in any situation. When you look someone in the eye, it's not just a simple act of communication, it's a way to affirm that you are trustworthy and worthy of respect. Such actions not only help you build respect from others, but also help you maintain your dignity. When you communicate with confidence and respect, you are reflecting the principles of Stoicism, living intentionally, paying attention to the little things, and letting your actions speak for your true worth. Applying these lessons to your daily life will help you build lasting respect and build strong relationships. Start with everyday encounters, whether you meet someone on the way to work or out and about. Remember that your actions can speak volumes. Don't let self-doubt or unconscious habits get in the way of expressing your self-worth. Always stand up when greeting, maintain eye contact, and demonstrate confidence through your body language. The next time you meet someone, whether they are an acquaintance or a stranger, remember that the way you present yourself can make a strong impression and help you gain respect from the very first moment. Don't let your words speak louder, let your actions speak louder. Tip 2. Stay calm. When you're interrupted, the power of self-control. Surely each of us has experienced the feeling of being interrupted in a conversation. Maybe it was an important meeting or just a chat with friends or family. Think about what your first feeling was when you were interrupted. Was it anger, loss of interest, or frustration? These are natural reactions, but what's important is how we choose to respond. When interrupted, most people's first reaction is anger or annoyance. However, this is where the Stoic philosophy can come into play. In situations like this, instead of reacting immediately and letting your emotions take over, try a different approach. Stay calm and show self-control. When someone interrupts you, the best thing you can do is pause for a moment, look at that person with a firm and determined gaze. This sends a powerful message without saying a word. According to Stoic philosophy, true power comes not from trying to control the actions of others, but from controlling your own. And in this situation, a steady, calm gaze can convey the message that interrupting is inappropriate and that you will not tolerate disrespect. Once, at a gathering of friends, I was excitedly telling a story when a friend interrupted me. At first, I felt very uncomfortable, but instead of reacting immediately, I stopped, looked them straight in the eye, and remained silent for a few seconds. This made them realize their rudeness and stop immediately. I continued the story without having to argue. The next time someone interrupts you, try these steps. Use a steady, calm gaze to convey your message. Don't rush to respond, let the silence speak. Give the other person a moment to reflect on their actions. Continue the conversation politely but firmly. After a few seconds of silence, you can continue the conversation calmly. For example, "I'm still talking about." This asserts your right to speak without raising your voice. Avoid showing anger or annoyance. Don't let negative emotions dictate your actions, as this will make you lose respect. Instead, handle the situation calmly and proactively. Stoicism teaches us that true power lies not in controlling others, but in controlling yourself. Calmness and self-control in communication are the signs of a person with strong moral character. Your actions when interrupted will not only help you maintain respect, but also show that you are someone worth listening to. Remember, self-control is an important factor in helping us face difficult situations without losing our dignity. When you stay calm, even in awkward moments like being interrupted, you not only demonstrate confidence but also convey a message that respect in communication is non-negotiable. The next time you are interrupted, do not rush to respond. Instead, pause for a moment, maintain steady eye contact, and show the other person that you are worthy of respect. Your silence and calmness will speak louder than any words. This is not only a way to gain respect, but also a way to demonstrate your self-worth in a powerful and lasting way. We cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we react. That is true power, and this is a valuable lesson that Stoic philosophy brings. Tip 3. Dealing with ridicule. Handling someone's ridicule tactfully will not only help you get out of the joke, but it will also earn their respect. In life, you will sometimes encounter situations where others mock, joke about, or embarrass you. Insensitive jokes and sarcasm can make you angry and upset, and your natural reaction is to confront or act embarrassed. However, such a reaction only makes the situation worse. So how can you handle this situation intelligently, maintain your dignity, and not hurt the other person? Try an effective tactic. Ask the person who mocked you to repeat the joke. This may sound strange, but let me explain why it is so. Once, at a casual gathering with old friends, one of them taunted me by recounting an embarrassing story from my school days. At first, I felt my face heat up and reacted immediately with annoyance. But instead of letting my emotions take over, I remembered a principle of Stoic philosophy. What does not harm your nature is not worth your attention. I smiled, pretended not to hear the story, and calmly asked my friend to tell the story again. My attitude was calm and slightly curious. This significantly reduced the impact of the joke. Immediately, the previously cheerful atmosphere died down, and the whole group felt embarrassed when someone had to repeat the story they had mocked. The storyteller began to falter, realizing that his attempts to make fun of me had backfired. The key in this situation is to ask the person who mocked you to repeat the story. This helps you maintain your dignity without having to react harshly. Instead of retaliating or losing your dignity, you send a powerful message. You are a person of inner strength who does not let minor provocations control your emotions. This is one of the core lessons of Stoic philosophy. Maintaining calm and self-control when faced with life's minor challenges. Some other ways you can apply when someone makes fun of you are: don't react immediately. When someone makes fun of you, instead of reacting immediately, stop for a second. Take a deep breath and think before acting. Use silence as a powerful weapon. Silence is not passive, but a powerful tool. Silence creates space for the other person to realize their mistake and feel ashamed of their actions. Responding to ridicule with calmness and self-control is one of the best ways to demonstrate your own dignity. Instead of getting caught up in the joke and losing respect, you can use the tactic of asking the person to repeat the story or using silence to lessen the impact and make the other person realize your insensitivity. This is how you live the Stoic principle, maintaining self-control, not allowing outside influences to affect your emotions and dignity. Tip 4. How to deal with provocation. In life, you will inevitably encounter situations where others try to provoke you, make you angry, or embarrass you in front of others. It is important not to let those provocations dictate your emotions and actions. Instead of reacting impulsively, a tactful response can turn an awkward situation into an advantage. Imagine you are in an important company project discussion. A colleague, perhaps for personal or competitive reasons, makes a comment that is more critical than constructive about the project you are leading. This is the kind of comment that not only touches a sore spot you have been struggling with, but also turns all eyes in the room on you. Everyone is waiting for your response. At that moment, the natural reaction might be to get defensive, explain, or even fire back at the provocateur. But if you do, the situation can easily escalate, and you may lose your cool, damaging your reputation. Instead, you can apply a different strategy. Stop for a moment, stay calm, and ask the group, "Does everyone want to grab a coffee?" Such a simple question can completely change the atmosphere in the room. The person who provoked you will be confused, not knowing how to continue, and the conversation will quickly shift to a more neutral topic. Not only will you avoid escalating the situation, but you will also turn an uncomfortable moment into an opportunity to regain control. Asking an irrelevant question may seem irrelevant, but it helps you change the air. Your simple question will change the atmosphere in the room, helping to reduce tension and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Create time to think. This question also gives you more time to calmly think and restate your point of view more clearly when the situation has calmed down. Assert emotional control. By not reacting immediately, you show that you are in control of your emotions in the situation, rather than letting others get the better of you. This is a perfect example of practicing the Stoic principle, focusing on what you can control rather than letting external circumstances dictate your mood and actions. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." Stoic philosophy teaches us that you can't control the actions of others, but you can absolutely control how you react. By remaining calm and skillfully changing the direction of the conversation, you not only regain control, but you also assert your composure and wisdom in handling the situation. Facing provocation is not a battle to be won or lost. Instead, it is an opportunity to demonstrate your composure, self-control, and ability to handle the situation wisely. By applying the Stoic philosophy, you not only avoid conflict, but also affirm your self-worth and stability in all situations, making people respect you more. Final tip: when you need it, walk away. In some situations, no matter how hard you try, respect just isn't there. When you feel slighted, disrespected, or even completely ignored, it can be very uncomfortable and can easily lead to resentment. But sometimes the best way to protect your self-esteem is to walk away, rather than trying to force or prolong a disrespectful relationship. Stoic philosophy teaches us that respect is not something you can demand from others, but something you cultivate through your own understanding and awareness of your own worth. Respect is a two-way street, and if you're constantly fighting for it from people who aren't willing to appreciate you for who you are, it's not a healthy environment. When you're not being respected, sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away. This is not a sign of failure, but rather an act of inner strength and self-respect. Knowing when to walk away is an important skill that helps you protect your self-worth without sacrificing it for relationships or situations that are not worth it. My friend James's story is a clear example. He worked in an environment where his opinions were constantly ignored. Despite many attempts to prove his worth, He eventually realized that asking for respect from people who were not willing to give it to him was futile. James decided to leave the company and seek a new job where he was respected and appreciated. This decision was not a sign of weakness or failure, but an act of understanding his self-worth and a determination to live in a more positive environment. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have control over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True strength sometimes comes not from continuing to fight an unjust situation, but from knowing when to stop and change course. When you know when to walk away, you not only protect your self-esteem, but also affirm that your worth is not dependent on the approval of others. If you are not receiving respect in a situation, environment, or relationship, know when to walk away. Don't feel obligated to endure unhealthy situations just because you are afraid of change. The act of walking away not only protects your dignity, but also shows that you know your worth and do not tolerate disrespect. Sometimes walking away from a situation or environment that disrespects you is the most powerful act of self-affirmation. Rather than allowing yourself to be dragged into a cycle of disrespect, walking away allows you to maintain your dignity and move on to more rewarding opportunities. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius taught, you cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react and choose your path. Stoic philosophy is not only an ancient system of thought, but also a powerful tool for helping us face the challenges of modern life. By focusing on what we can control, our own behavior and reactions. Stoicism teaches us that respect is not something that can be demanded from others, but is a result of how we hold ourselves to our values and conduct ourselves with dignity. From making a strong first impression, staying calm when interrupted, handling tact when being ridiculed, dealing with provocation, to walking away when necessary, each of these actions is a demonstration of self-respect and self-control. They help us maintain our self-respect and dignity, not being shaken by external factors. In modern life, the lessons from Stoic philosophy are still extremely valuable. Whether in work, personal relationships, or everyday communication situations, applying this principle will help you not only build respect from others, but also strengthen your own self-respect and dignity. Have you ever encountered a similar situation? Share your story in the comments below. We can learn from each other and become stronger together on our journey of self-development. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to receive the next video.